Everyone, Tina here. I hope your day is going wonderful. I'm so glad you're joining me for another 5-step card. Today we're going to create a really pretty butterfly card, and we're going to make it a sympathy card, but of course you can change out the greeting for any greeting that you would like. I think the layout's pretty universal. The items that I'm using are from Simon Says Stamp, and we have the With Sympathy stamp set along with coordinating die. These are brand new. And then we also have the Willowweave Plate, which is a really pretty plate. And I think there's a stencil that goes with this, but I'm not going to use the stencil. We're just going to use the plate. And then we have a butterfly. This is a 3-piece butterfly. If I can talk, I just can't talk today. This is a Dewpiece butterfly 3-piece set. It's really pretty. It's a perfect size for what I want today for my card. So we're going to jump in and create, starting off with step number 1. We're going to use this beautiful Dewpiece butterfly. I'm going to cut out the butterfly body with Altenews Dazzling Diamond cardstock. We're going to add just a little bit of elegance with the glitter. And then the 2-piece wings, we're going to cut out. There's beautiful detail on here too. I'm going to cut out with just white cardstock. We're going to do a little bit of ink blending with some Copic markers. Color in the butterfly. I'm going to use 2 Copic markers. I have a W1 and a W3. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I changed out my camera. I kind of upgraded a little bit, so it's taking me a little time to figure out the lighting and the adjusting, but I'm hoping it's a little bit more clear for you guys. I'm going to take the W1 marker, and I'm just going to add a little bit of color in the middle of the butterfly. We're going to keep it nice and neutral. And I'll do the same thing to the bottom wings. And then I'm going to go a little bit darker with W3 and just kind of add a little bit more with just some gentle flicky motions. Now I'm going to bring in my colorless marker. This is my colorless blender. And just so there's no harsh lines, I'm just going to fade out on the ends here. There we go. And that's really all I'm doing to the butterfly. To put it together, it's very simple. You're just going to need some glue. I'm going to add a dot here at the bottom, and then we'll add the bottom wings. And then I will add a dot in the middle, and we can add the body. And that's all I'm doing for my butterfly. Oops, I got some glue there. I am going to add one more item to create my focal point, and that's with the stamp set. In the stamp set, again, this is the With Sympathy stamp set. There's this beautiful flourish. We're going to stamp this and do a little coloring with our markers also. I'm using my Memento ink, and we're just going to stamp this pretty flourish twice. And I'm coloring this in with some green markers. I have an odd combination of colors, but I think they work together. So I have G12, G14, and G94. Any kind of green trio you have would work. I'm just going to color each of the leaves in with my lightest. I don't even have to speed this up because this is going to go really quickly. And then I'll take the darker color, which is G94, and then I'm going to add a little bit of darkness on the very bottom. And then I'll go into my mid-tone and go from the bottom and then add a little extra color too. And then all I have to do is blend them all together. And our leaves are done. I'm going to do the same thing to this one, and then using the coordinating dies, I'm going to just cut out 2 of the flourishes. So this will be my focal point. We're going to put these to the side, and I'm going to move along to step number 2 and create my home panel. We're going really simple with the home panel, and I'm just going to use some white cardstock and some nesting circle dies and cut out a circle. Okay, this circle is, it is a 3-inch wide circle, and this is going to be a great home or a home panel for my butterfly and my flourishes. So that's all we're doing for the home panel. We're going to move along to step number 3 and create our sentiment. Let's bring back our stamp set, and we're going to stamp the greeting in the stamp set that says, "Grief is love with no place to go." I think that really goes great with the butterfly. I'll bring back my memento ink, and I'm just going to stamp this pretty greeting. Isn't that so pretty? I'll use the coordinating die, and we'll just line it up and cut this out. And that's all there is to my greeting. I did put foam tape behind it, so this is ready to go. Now, usually after I finish my greeting, or step number 3 is when we like to put everything on our home panel. I'm going to bring my circle in and then my elements, and then we're going to start with the butterfly. I'm going to offset it here. Lovely. And then I'm going to tuck the flourish. I want one on the top. And I did put foam tape behind these too, also, with some small foam squares. And then I thought we would put one down here. So it kind of creates maybe an S shape. And then I'm going to add my greeting just off to the side. And that's all ready to go. Now we're going to move along to step number 4 and create our background. To do that, I have a piece of cardstock. This is an A2 panel, and we're going to die cut out the Willowweave Plate. Let me see if I can find the stencil. What the stencil does, it will, well, let me die cut this out and I'll show you how pretty this is. And then I'll show you what the stencil does. Okay, this is what it looks like. Okay, you run this through my die cut machine, and I'll be right back. This is the Willowweave stencil that goes with it, and this will create a background for your Willowweave cover plate. Okay, I don't know if you can see this or not. Let me see. But you can kind of see where it will stencil and not. So both together is gorgeous. I'll create a card later on down the road using both of these. But for today, there's actually some, in this set too, there's some little flowers that you can add. 4 little flowers that you can layer together or just add. Really pretty. We're not using this today. I just wanted to show it to you. I have an A2 panel of alabaster. We're going to adhere to the front of a card base, and then I'm going to glue this to the very front of that. And I think this is going to create a real nice soft background. Okay, once this is adhered, we can go ahead and take our home panel. This is going to go right in the center. Okay, next is step number 5. We're going to move along, and now for step 5, all I'm going to do is bring in some of my liquid pearls, and I'm just going to add some pearl dots in the background. Again, I want to go really soft with this card. Okay, and then I'm also going to bring in my glaze and glue, and I'm going to add some little dots to those black dots on the stamped image. This is going to give those a little bit of dimension and give them a little bit more color, I guess you could say. And then that will finish off my card today. Really pretty soft sympathy card. I think sympathy cards need to be very calming. So I think the white with the off-white go really good together. Of course, you can use the same layout, just switch out the colors for any kind of occasion. But I hope you enjoyed my project. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for sticking with me to the end. I have 2 more videos that you guys might be interested here. If you guys are new and like the content that you see, click that subscribe button and also the notification bell. That way for future videos, be notified. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It sure does help the channel. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.